Greetings, YouTube. There is currently a bill in play called the Pregnant Workers Fairness Act. And what this act would do, if it were to become law, would guarantee that women can have minor adjustments to their jobs while pregnant. I'll give a little line here. It says the Pregnant Workers Fairness Act would assure that all pregnant workers can get minor workplace adjustments that they need to continue working during pregnancy. And the reason here is, of course, that a pregnant woman often cannot do exactly the same job tasks as she could when she wasn't pregnant. And if they don't get those adjustments, and if they know they can't get those adjustments, and they know their company policies don't allow them, they've seen it happen to other women, they're being given three options if they decide to become pregnant, or if they just become pregnant without planning. And those options are losing your job. They can't do their job task properly any longer, so they're going to lose it, even though it's a temporary situation. They can terminate their pregnancy, because that would ensure that if they weren't pregnant, they could continue to work. Or they can place their health at risk, their health and the health of their fetus. Now, I apologize for the tone in the background. This is a major issue. Remember, this affects half of the human beings on the planet, and it is kind of required if we'd like our species to continue. Women need to reproduce, and since that we are a market-driven capitalist society, at least here in the US and most of the rest of the world, women need to work so that they can afford to pay for all of the parts of life that need paying for. Rent, food, and healthcare, particularly in America, because we are barbarians. And I fully endorse this act. I think that women should be given slight modifications to their job tasks so that they can continue to work. I have no problem helping out my coworkers who are pregnant. I think the company should have an official policy that requires that to be so. I don't believe my company does, and I know that there are many companies that don't. There are some examples in the linked article I'm going to include in with this video. And this Fairness Act would require that the companies make sure that women are given that exception during their pregnancy. And again, I don't think it's a major issue. This is not something that's going to be forever. This is not something that's going to happen on a regular basis. In the US, most women don't have many children. I think that we need to make sure that the economic power of the family is maintained. Because here you have an opportunity to actually support family values. The American voter and the American politicians have the power to make sure that the family unit is maintained at the normal level of economic strength that they have. And I think that that is a great opportunity. There are a lot of people in this country that consider themselves to be, and I'm using air quotes here, pro-life. I normally use the term anti-choice. For this particular moment, I'm going to use the term that they use because it's very appropriate to this particular issue. If they are in fact pro-life and pro-family, because most of these people actually aren't pro-family, they are actually anti-woman. But if they are those two things, pro-life and pro-family, this is an act they should get behind in legions and support. So, I wonder, are they going to? I also wonder, do the viewers of this video think that this is a good act? Now, I know there are going to be people who are going to hop on board, and I apologize if this is predicting, because, well, it only affects women. Men aren't going to be supported by this act. And, well, directly no, your average male doesn't get pregnant, but your average male in the world does have a spouse at one point in their life, very likely going to become a parent. So making sure that their partner can continue to work during that pregnancy is really important to them. So while not directly affecting males, it will indirectly affect their girlfriends, their wives, their mothers, their sisters, their children. Because eventually, little kids grow up to become adults who have children of their own. So yes, men will not be directly affected by this act, but they will be indirectly affected. And if they have a sense of humanity and compassion, they will see how this particular act would help women that they are not even personally involved in, such as people I know. So, do you support this act? Do you think it's a good act? Do you think that the pro-life, pro-family crowd will get behind it? I'd like to know.